Well, hello guys, Bookplayer, and today I'm back for another Wi-Fi battle. It's been a while since I actually uploaded these, but that was because I did not have the charger of my camera and my camera ran out of energy. And well, that was the problem, so that's why I didn't have it. But I bought a new charger and I'm here, and today I've got a battle against Scruffy Scraggy, a really awesome YouTuber. You should definitely check him out. I will leave the link of his channel in the description below. And well, today we're having a RU battle, as you guys probably can see. I bring a really fun team and he brings it as well. We both have the Miss Mages, and well, you guys already see what's on there on the field. But this was a really fun battle, a narrow 1-0 in my favor, or I spoiled it already. But it was a really fun battle, so you definitely should stick to the end if you want to see it in its full potential. So I lead off with my Cabalion to get up my rocks, and with my Bronzong to get up my rocks, and my opponent does the same. We both share rocks right here because we both saw that we both didn't have spinners or defoggers, so that's the main reason why. So right now he full switches, knowing that he can't do really much to my Reminol, which is the truth, to be honest. And I went for the Toxic, I think, because I knew he wouldn't stay in on me because he couldn't do anything. So that are second turn predictions already. Nah, it's not too special, but I catch his Gastrodon, which is perfect. I didn't want anything else on there because the rest of its team is not as defensive as Gastrodon is. So that's already a nice start. Now I switch out, fearing a Earth Power or a Scald, because it is still a Gastrodon, and I fear the Earth Power. That's why I went into my Levitate Miss Mages, but he went for the Scald, not risking me having Levitate, of course. But he also stacks the Burn, which is kind of unfortunate. That's the main reason why Miss Mages didn't get to do as much as it could do in this battle, unfortunately enough. But that's alright. So the toxic damage is racking up on the Gastrodon, but he switches out, making a great play, switching into the Braviary, because I was first planning to go for this Energy Ball, but I thought it would have been a bit too obvious, so I went for the Shadow Ball. But that's even worse because, well, because Braviary is part normal type and it didn't hurt it at all. So yeah, that's pretty bad. So now I switch into my Reminol, knowing that I could take any kind of hit. U-turn does quite some damage, but the rocks are on the field, so Braviary can't switch in and out all the time, which is amazing. So now he switched into the Electros, and I'm kind of scared of this thing. I honestly don't know what I did on this point, because this battle was a while ago. But I know his Electros is banned and are really powerful. So I switch into the Miss Mages, of course, to just sack it off, or maybe get a lucky. He might go for the Drain Punch or something like that, and then I can get off an extra hit. But he didn't, he went for the knockoff, better play, and well, yeah. So he knocked off my Choice Specs. I was Choice Specs Miss Mages this time. And now I switch into my Miss Piggy, knowing that I can outspeed that thing and hit it really hard with a Bandit Flare Blitz. This is actually not my Reckless Embor, because it wasn't released at that time. But now I've got a Reckless Embor, so I can wreak havoc with that even more. Already a Bandit thing is too great. So he switched into the Mr. Mages, predicting the superpower, but I didn't go for that. I wanted to play it safe, knowing that the Flare Blitz would hit anything on this guy's team. So it would have been a nice play if I would have gone for the superpower, but I didn't. So he switched into his Braviary. He already kind of tells me that this thing is scarfed. And let me see, did he predict the switch? No, he did not. He went for the Brave Bird right here, and it still does a fair amount of damage to the Bronzong, considering everything. But this Bronzong is not max defense quite yet, but I've chased the EVs on the Bronzong because it seemed to have a lot of matchups against physical attackers, and it didn't have quite the bulk I wanted it to give, so that's why I gave it a defense. I made this more defensively. So now we've got a bit of a stally part of the battle. Well, it's not stally, I just wanted to damage the Cobalion just to get a good switch into either my Exploud or my Embor, at least to have enough damage off that I can revenge kill it. And he wants to get damage onto my Reminal as well. So the Sacred Sword still does some damage, considering Cobalion is not really offensive at all. And well, yeah, my Earthquake doesn't do an awful lot considering it's super effective, but this Cobalion is definitely max defensive. Cobalion is a really good defensive Pokemon. Oh, right now I switch actually out. You will see the same matchup a bit later on. So I switch into my Salty, knowing that I can take Sacred Swords pretty nicely, as you guys can see right there, and I can retaliate with a Scald. So right here I was kind of fearing the Braviary to come in, predicting the Earth power, so that's why I went for the Scald, but my opponent actually switched into the Gastrodon, which is even worse, because now it gets a boost, which I do not like, because Water Absorb, no, Storm Drain is a really cool ability on both these pokes. So we both have Storm Drain, and well, I forgot about Storm Drain. Well, not quite yet, but you'll see it in about a few minutes. So now the Toxic is wearing down this Gastrodon, and he goes for the Ice Beam, predicting no, he probably has Scald and Ice Beam. So I went for the Earth Power, trying to get some damage off this guy. And well, it still does kind of some damage, but I can see that it's max specially defensive, so that tells me my Durant can go ham on this thing, which it is about to do in a few turns. So right now I think I switch out into my Durant, knowing that the Ice Beam is coming and knowing that it can take a Ice Beam from a Gastrodon. So I switch it to my Hope, which is my hope in this battle. No, not really, but it did some good things. But my opponent actually goes for the Toxic, which is even better. Now that means that I don't have any damage on my Durant. And right now we've got a lucky moment in the battle on my side. I went for the Hone Claws knowing that I could take a hit, but I forgot about the special attack boost from the Storm Drain. So right here my opponent goes for the Scald, and what do you know? I live it on 1 freaking HP. I was so glad I lived it. When I saw the Scald, I thought, oh crap, I forgot about the special attack boost. But I live it on 1 HP, Durant the Beast as it is, and I can go for the Exorcer, definitely killing a Gastrodon for that range. I had the Lumbari in case he burned me, so it was not as lucky, but it was still insanely lucky. So now my opponent goes into the Scarfed Braviary. Unfortunately I couldn't do anything about it, but it was still clutch that it lifted on 1 HP. That's always clutch, especially from that range of health where I was at before the Scald. So this definitely tells me that Braviary is Scarfed, so I know I can switch in my Reminal once again to take the hit, and he can't switch out because the rocks will kill him if he does so. Might as well get some extra damage off, and I go for the Iron Head right here. You get a crit, but that does not matter because it's on low HP and the Iron Head is stab. Braviary has defenses, but it didn't matter whatsoever. So my Reminal is not looking too great on the HP side because of its, well, just because it's low on HP. So he switches into the Cobalion once again, and I once again just sack off my Reminal at this point because I don't really have any kind of usage out of it. And he actually kills me with this one. I thought I could live one more, but it doesn't matter too much from this point. So right now I think I switch into my Miss Piggy. Yes, I switch into my Miss Piggy because I know this is max defense Cobalion, so that kind of tells me I can take a hit, which I do luckily enough. And I can retaliate with a superpower doing great damage. Luckily enough the Sacred Sword didn't do as much as it should have done. Well, it didn't do as much at the point that I can switch in and out one more time, which is perfect. So now I switch out because I know Delphox is faster, and I'm not locked into I'm locked into superpower, which does nothing. So I switch it to my salty, trying to sack it off or maybe take a hit. But I knew he would have gone for psychic or side shock, and I could not have lived 2 psychics either way. So it was more of a sack play right here. And I see it's life orb, so not scarfed or anything like that. And I know my Beethoven, my Exploud can take it out with a boom burst for that. Well, it was kind of short because it is scarfed, my Exploud, which saved me in this battle actually. But meaning that it's scarfed, it doesn't have the power of specs. But it still took it out, which is great. And now my opponent only has the Electros left. So now we're at the point, can my Beethoven do enough damage so he can't regain enough health from the Drain Punch. So it does insanely amount of damage, nearly taking out an Electros, but he is banned, so that means he definitely takes me out with a Drain Punch, gets a lot of his health back, but it seems like he didn't get enough health back from the rage that my Miss Piggy can revenge kill it with a superpower. My last Pokemon living on 26 HP after the rocks, taking it and going for the superpower. And what do you know, I get a crit, but I don't think it mattered. I checked it on damage calc and I would have done... it would have already nearly been a 1-hit KO. And he was already down to half of its health, 55%, something like that. So it definitely didn't matter from that range. So still an awesome game against Scruffy Scraggy. Check him out. And because I've got my charger right now, that means I can upload Wi-Fi battles more frequently. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.